Back. Well, the Energy Minister D.K. Shivakumar, it appears, is now keen to energize the bellies. Well, there was a sea of humanity which rushed to receive pulav, which was being served at the Raghava Kalyana Mandira in Ballari town. DKS was participating, interestingly enough, at the milk producers meeting in the town. Well, today being the last day of campaigning, is this a way to attract voters by serving pulav? This was the chaotic scenes that ensued at the Kalyana Mandira area, where pulav was being served in the presence of Energy Minister D.K. Shivakumar, this being the last day of campaigning today. Well, my colleague Arun joins us with more details on this. Well, Arun, what more can you tell us?
This is an incidence of clear violation of the Electoral Code of Conduct. While this was not supposed to be a meeting officially organized by the Congress, the very fact that a minister was present and then subsequently pulav rice was distributed is a kind of a disguised form of canvassing for votes. And it's a very disturbing development because remember, in another few hours' time, the campaigning for the election by poll in the three constituencies of Ballari, Shikaripura and Chikodi will come to an end. So this is a very disturbing development, to say the least, Nishtata.
Absolutely, and also we understand that this happened in the presence of a cabinet minister, which makes it even more shameful.
It is some kind of a disguised form of vote canvassing which has happened, and the very fact that there was an inducement at the end of it in the form of this pulav rice being distributed is a indication that probably there must have been some kind of a gentle reminder telling the voters to go ahead and vote for the Congress party day after tomorrow, Nishtata.
Right, and also Arun, at this point in time, it seems like with all the meetings that D.K. Shivakumar held with Somsekhar Reddy and now the violation of the Model Code of Conduct, does it look like the Congress is surely becoming desperate after their debacle of sorts in the Lok Sabha elections?
That's a debatable issue, but the very fact that they're doing everything possible to garner the voters' interest. And remember, ironically enough, this particular meeting, which was organized and where the minister was present, happened to be a meeting of the Milk Producers Association. So there is perhaps much more than what meets the eye, Nishtata.
Right, Arun, thank you for joining us with all those details. Well, there we have it. D.K. Shivakumar plays pulav politics in Bengaluru, as in his presence pulav was being served to the locals there. As today is the last day of campaigning, we're looking at a direct violation of the Election Code of Conduct. And while the meeting of sandalwood producers and actors at the Karnataka Film Chamber of Commerce office has been called off, the meeting was called to iron out differences between the two groups, as producers say actors hosting reality shows during the weekend impacts theatre collection. A complaint had been filed by producer turned MLA Muni Ratna with the KFCC recently. The Karnataka film industry is staring at one of its biggest internal crises till date. It is not a fresh one and has been brewing for the last few years, ever since film stars started hosting television shows and participating in TV show competitions. Some top producers, including Muni Ratna, are trying to convince stars to keep away from television, while some exhibitors are threatening to shift to non-Kannada films for their evening shows. A meeting has been called at the Film Chamber of Commerce that is currently underway. Actors including Sudeep and Ganesh said that they will react only after the meeting.
Life na light celebrate ಮಾಡೋಣ. ನೀವು ಬೇಕಾದ ಶೋ ನೋಡ್ತೀರಿ, ಸೆಲೆಬ್ರಿಟೀಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ, ಸಾಧಕರು ಬರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅವರ ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನು ಕೇಳಿರ್ತೀರಿ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ನೆನಪಿರೋದು ಎಷ್ಟೋ, ಮರ್ತಿರೋದು ಎಷ್ಟೋ, ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ
Another embarrassment for the Sandalwood film industry, as now the producers have opposed to actors being part of reality shows, as they feel that their films are being terribly affected with these reality shows, not only with the presence of the reality shows on television that is garnering a lot of eyeballs, but with also the fact that these actors are making the reality shows all the more popular with their presence, and that's the reason why they feel that the actors are supposed to be loyal to the movies, but the actors on the other hand, including Ramesh Arvind, have retorted, saying that no one has the authority to tell anyone as to where and what they should work for. And while speaking of the growing crime rate in the city, in yet another shocking incident, a rowdy sheeter was opened fire at by the police today. Well, cops opened fire at a rowdy sheeter Venkatesh in Bengaluru. He had come to recollect the car which was used to try and kidnap the daughter-in-law of corporator Govinda Gowda. He was shot at and nabbed after he injured a constable, Krishnamurthy. Venkatesh was the brain behind the botched-up kidnap which took place in the wee hours of August 13th. The chase started from Kaveri Junction and he was finally caught near Mount Carmel College. DCP Sandeep Patil, who spoke after the incident, said that a special team was formed under Inspector Rangappa to nab Rowdy Venkatesh. The cops had got a tip-off that Venkatesh would come near Maurya Hotel to recollect the car at around 2 a.m. They managed to stop him near the front gate of Palace grounds, but Venkatesh assaulted the cops with a knife when they proceeded to arrest him. Constable Krishnamurthy was injured in the attack. This is when the cops decided to open fire at Venkatesh.
ಈ ವೆಂಕಟೇಶ್ ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆ ನಾವು ಈ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಕರಣ ದಾಖಲಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ತನಿಖೆ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಇವನ ಮೇಲೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರಕರಣಗಳು ದಾಖಲಾಗಿರೋದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಮಗೆ ಕಂಡುಬಂತು. ಅದಲ್ಲದೆ ಇವನ ಮೇಲೆ 307 ಕೇಸಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಕಿಡ್ನಾಪಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು ಕೂಡ ಸುಮಾರು 4 ಕೇಸಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಒಟ್ಟಾರೆ ಇವನ ಮೇಲೆ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ 10 ಕೇಸಸ್ ದಾಖಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಸೋಲ್ದೇವನಹಳ್ಳಿಯಲ್ಲಿ, ರಾಜಗೋಪಾಲ್ ನಗರ, ಜಾಲಹಳ್ಳಿ, ಉಡುಪಿಯಲ್ಲಿ, ಸುಬ್ರಹ್ಮಣ್ಯ ನಗರಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ಲು ಪ್ರಕರಣ ದಾಖಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಇನ್ನು ಬಹುಶಃ ಇನ್ನು ಬಹಳ ಜನರಿಂದ ಅವನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ದುಡ್ಡನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡು ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಪ್ರಕರಣ ಕೂಡ ದಾಖಲೆ ಆಗದೆ ಇರೋದು ಕೂಡ ನಮಗೆ ತಿಳಿದು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ನು ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ತನಿಖೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಸೊ ಇವನ್ ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವತ್ತಿನ ದಿನ ಶಿವಾನಂದ ಸರ್ಕಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಇವನು ಒಂದು ವರ್ತನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದ, ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇವನು ಬಹಳ ನೊಟೋರಿಯಸ್ ಕ್ರಿಮಿನಲ್ ಇದಾನಂತ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಸೊ ಇವನ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹಿಡಿಯೋಕ್ಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿ 3 ತಂಡಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಸೊ ಇವತ್ತು ಇವನು ಆ ಇಂಡಿಕಾ ಕಾರ್ ಏನು ಪಾರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ಅದನ್ನ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋಕೆ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಬರ್ತಾನೆ ಅಂತ ನಮಗೆ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಇತ್ತು. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇನ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟರ್ ರಂಗಪ್ಪ ಮತ್ತು ಅವ್ರ ಸಿಬ್ಬಂದಿಯವರು ಅವನಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಯ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಅವನ ಬೈಕಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದ. ಅವನ್ನ ಅಡಗಟ್ಟಿ ಅವನ ಸರೆಂಡರ್ ಆಗಕ್ಕೆ ಇನ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಅವರು ಅವನಿಗೆ ತಿಳಿಸಿದಾಗ ಅವನು ಸರೆಂಡರ್ ಆಗದೆ ಅವನ ಹತ್ರ ಇದ್ದಂಥ ಒಂದು ಚಾಕುವಿಂದ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಕೃಷ್ಣಮೂರ್ತಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಹಲ್ಲೆ ಮಾಡ್ದ. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೂ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸರೆಂಡರ್ ಆಗಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ಅವನು ಆ ಒಂದು ಅವನ ಹಲ್ಲೆಯನ್ನ ಮುಂದೆ ಒರೆಸಿದಾಗ ಮೊದಲನೇ ರೌಂಡನ್ನು ಗಾಳಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅವನು ನಮ್ಮ ಇನ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಶೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಆದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವನು ಸರೆಂಡರ್ ಆಗದೇ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಅವನು ಕಾಲಿಗೆ ಅನಿವಾರ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಡಿಫೆನ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಶೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಯಿತು. ಸೊ ಈ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಕರಣವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಹೈಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ಸ್ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಕರಣ ದಾಖಲೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಇವನು ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮತ್ತು ಇನ್ನೂ ಎಷ್ಟೆಷ್ಟು ಕೇಸಸ್ ಇವನ ಮೇಲೆ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆನೂ ವಿಚಾರಣೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಇವನ ಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಕಠಿಣವಾದ ಒಂದು ಕಾನೂನು ಅಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಕೈಗೊಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಆ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ 3 ಜನ ಆರೋಪಿತರಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಒಬ್ಬ ಮಂಜುನಾಥ್ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಅರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾನೆ, ವೆಂಕಟೇಶ್ ಇವತ್ತು ಅರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾನೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬ ಬೇಲಿ ಅಂತ, ಬೇಲಿ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಡ್ರೈವರ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದ. ಸೊ ಈ 3 ಜನ ಇದ್ರು. ಬೇಲಿನೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಅವನ ಬಗ್ಗೆನೂ ಶೋಧ ಕಾರ್ಯವನ್ನು ಮುಂದುವರಿಸಿದೀವಿ. ಆದಷ್ಟು ಬೇಗ ಅವನಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ದಸ್ತಗಿರಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಈ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ವೆಂಕಟೇಶ್ ಪ್ರಮುಖ ಆರೋಪಿ ಆಗಿದ್ದ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅವತ್ತು ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ನಡೆದಿರುವಂತೂ ನಿಜ ಇದೆ, ಬಟ್ ಯಾವ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವೀಗ ವೆಂಕಟೇಶ್ಗೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ವಿಚಾರಣೆಯನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂತೀವಿ.
Well, Venkatesh, who was hit in the leg, and Constable Krishnamurthy were both treated for their injuries at the Victoria Hospital. Venkatesh and 2 of his associates had tried kidnapping Manasa, the daughter-in-law of Govinda Gowda, an independent BBMP corporator representing the Heganahalli ward. Manasa and her family were returning after their dinner at a hotel near Shivananda Circle when there was an attempt to kidnap her. On the 13th of August, 3 knife-wielding men in a car allegedly sexually assaulted Manasa and made a futile bid to abduct her at Shivananda Circle. Speaking of Rowdy Venkatesh, well, he has been a criminal for several years now after turning 1 at the age of just 18. He is a resident of Gayatri Nagar in Bengaluru and was involved in almost 45 criminal cases, 9 cases which have been filed against Rowdy Venkateshan alone. He was involved in dacoity, extortion and kidnapping besides attempt to murder. He used to stay in private lodges and frequent Bidadi in Ramnagara, and on Monday it is said that he quarrelled with another rowdy Paramagiri at Kumbalgod, after which he had come to Bengaluru last evening where he met with a woman with whom he was having an illicit affair. He then left the woman's house and headed to reclaim his Indica, and that's when he was shot at and caught by Inspector Rangappa and his team. And while the controversial intensive household survey is underway in Telangana, it is being held in the 10 districts of Telangana. The 20 crore rupees survey is being conducted to identify the state's beneficiaries of its welfare scheme. But there are some issues which have made the survey a controversial one. Seemandhra people are scared. Let's see the hidden agenda behind the exercise. People from Seemandhra feel that the government might use the survey information against them as they come from Andhra Pradesh. Although the Telangana government claims that the survey is conducted to find out who deserve to get benefited from the several schemes of the state. Another controversial part of the survey is that people will have to disclose the bank account and property details, which many are not willing to do. But this survey has mainly come under scandal because people from Seemandhra have raised fears that the survey is organized to identify the nativity of Seemandhra people. Many of Telangana natives living in Mumbai and other cities have now rushed to Telangana so that they can enroll their details in the survey. Telangana government has declared a public holiday, and the survey has created a rift between the two states yet again. Well, Puneet Rajkumar, star of flick Ranavikrama, has created history. It has become the first movie in Sandalwood to be picturized in Nama Metro. Yes, that's right. The Pavan Vadeyar directed movie features a few clips of Puneet Rajkumar and multilingual star Ada at Metro. Till date, no movies have been shot on the Metro, and quite proud scenes that we can witness there, as for the first time ever, Sandalwood has decided to capitalize its own Metro rather than shoot abroad. And Nama Metro viewers had a pleasant, and Nama Metro commuters, I beg your pardon, had a pleasant surprise as they saw none other than power star Puneet Rajkumar taking a ride along with the crew of Ranavikrama on board Nama Metro. Well, these were the scenes witnessed on board Nama Metro today, as Puneet Rajkumar's flick Ranavikrama was being shot on board the Metro. This is the first time, in fact, after 3 years after its launch, this is the first time ever that Nama Metro train is being used for a Sandalwood movie shoot. Probably this could set a trend of sorts with many of the filmmakers using Nama Metro for their shoot purpose. Well, Ranavikrama, starring Ada as well as Puneet Rajkumar, is one of the most awaited movies in Sandalwood. Of course, Puneet Rajkumar is one of the biggest stars of the Sandalwood film industry, and the movie being shot in Nama Metro, on board Nama Metro, has surely created a lot of excitement. Well, it's certainly a proud moment for Bengaluru, a proud moment for the BMRCL. Nama Metro has gotten the star status now that a movie has been shot on board it.